Namaste, my beautiful friends. Welcome to Yoga Bliss with Shelly. Today is yoga wash. We're so concerned about washing our hands. What about our body? Today, join me on the mat. Grab any props that you feel that you need, blocks, pillows, blankets, bolsters, all of the things. Unroll the mat, unpeel the edges, and together, let us do this. Welcome back, my lovelies. Join me in a crisscross applesauce or a sukhasana, the easy pose. If you have a blanket or a pillow, get those under your sit bones and just move the meaty, fleshy part of the bottom away from the sit bones and find your seat. And knowing that sometimes getting into the easy pose cannot be as easy as it sounds. So if you need to take a butterfly with soles of the feet kissing soles of the feet, or even if you need a stool or a chair to help you in your sukhasana. As we join in this class for Yoga Wash, we're gonna just do a little kind of breath movement practice to help us kind of get out of our heads and into our bodies today. So we're gonna take our hands and we're just gonna kind of almost act like we're bringing a big breath in with the palms of our hands facing the heart. Then we're gonna exhale, push the palms down and away. And then we're gonna flip the palms once we get here into the heart, down and away. So it's almost like we're gonna be washing ourselves and away. So we're gonna just flow with this for a minute or so. Inhale in, exhale, go. So just kind of find your own pace. You know, I'm with you, I'm doing this with you. We're gonna rock this out. So if you would like to test your center of gravity, you can go as quick or as slow as you would like. You can close the eyes or find a drishti. And you can tune into your arms. Does it feel better to wing them out? Does it feel better to hug them in? Really digging into that breath, breathing it in deeper, pushing it out, cleansing and cleaning out the system with breath. Awesome. Take 5 more. Last one, make it count. Awesome. Now we're going to bend at the elbows horizontally, kind of bringing your thumbsing up, and then you're going to just draw the thumbs down like they're coming towards the tops of the shoulders. And then you're just going to bring the pointers to the middle, to the ring finger, and the pinky, to the back of the head. And the thumbs can just rest on the neck here. So we're really going to find a long line of energy from the sit bones, and we're going to zip up. In yoga, we have these bandhas, or these locks, and the first one is down low, kind of where you kegel, and that's going to be between the genitalia and the anus, so just squeeze there. The second one is going to be at that navel area, and you're just going to activate that by hugging back the navel back towards the spine. The third one is going to be up at the chin, so you're going to just almost imagine like you're zipping up this long line of energy. So you're going to get yourself here, even squeeze the glute, the booty muscles, and then we're going to just inhale one side, exhale. And this is just a really nice cleansing, detoxifying breath. So find your flow, and we're going to inhale to exhale to one side. And you can use a drishti, or you can just go at your own pace. You could go slow, exhale, or finding your breath. Twisting through the spine is this great way to detoxify the system. Clearing our breath is a way to wash out our energies, to detach from some of those thoughts. And we're also strengthening our upper body here, right? So we're really focusing at moving through that upper body. Allow yourself to find a pace that works best for you. If it's slow, keeping active through the upper body here. Feeling that in the core. We have about 20 more seconds here, so just flow with your breath. Almost done. You can do hard things. You can do this. 5 more seconds. Push through the burn. Okay, I know the arms might burn. We're going to exhale. Woo, bring them up high. Inhale that breath in. Ride that wave of energy. Now exhale. And allow your eyes to close for a moment, placing the hands, palms up. Just feel into the body. Feel into your heart. Feel into the head space. And feel all the way down into the core, into the belly. Maybe feel the tingling, energy, swirling, the active heart rate raised. Just for this moment, feel into your body. And perhaps it's for the first time today. And I encourage you, if you haven't already, close your eyes. And without changing your breath, just noticing it. Noticing if it's feeling elevated. Or just bringing your awareness to a space in your body where you're feeling aliveness or energy flowing or whatever it is that you're feeling from that movement. And now bringing the awareness into the hands. And just allowing yourself to feel what it feels like in the hands, and if it's not feeling like much, that's okay. And taking this moment to just honor and acknowledge what's going on within you. Noticing what it's feeling like with the small spiral starting at the feet, working up into the sit bones, into the belly, into the solar plexus, a space underneath the ribs and above the belly button, the navel. Feeling into the shoulders and the spine. And it could be a physical sensation you notice, or maybe it's an emotional, or maybe it's some tension or stress. Just noticing without judgment. And radiating and bringing that awareness into the shoulders. And rising the awareness and wrapping through the arms and the elbows and the palms of the hands and spiraling up the neck. Notice what it's feeling like in the jaw. Is it feeling tight and clenchy? Maybe just take a moment to clench the jaw. And let it go. Clench that jaw. Tighten it, tighten it, tighten it, and let it go. Notice what it's feeling like in the mouth, in the tongue, the eyes, the head. Wonderful work, friends. And just bat your eyelashes open here. And from here, meeting me in a tabletop position. If you have those harder floors, then you can grab a blanket and get that underneath of the knees to bring support to the joints here. And if you have blocks and you would like to use those today, you can also use like water bottles or cans. You can use cans or hard-covered books, hardback books. So from here, we're going to just bring ourselves into this tabletop position. And our blocks are going to be for the next pose, so we're just kind of going to set them up out of the way. But we're just going to have them for when we need them. And from here, we're going to, if you're facing me, we're going to start with this right-hand side. I'm not mirroring you now. I'm just kind of going side by side with you. We're going to take this right hand and we're going to inhale, raise it high. We're going to do an active threading the needle. So we're going to really root this left hand into the earth, and we're going to exhale here. Inhale to raise. Exhale to sink. Inhale to rise. And when we're doing this, this is a little bit of a twist here, right? And you can pause for a breath. And when we twist in yoga, it's like detoxifying. It's like wringing out a dirty towel. Like our spine is the metaphorical dirty towel. And right, this is a yoga wash class where we're cleansing and cleaning out the system. We started with breath, and now we're going to use movement. Here, take 5 of these at your own pace. That last one, bring it up, maybe wiggle out at the wrist, and then root that hand into the earth that was up high to the sky. As you root that into the earth, if it's your right or left, whatever it is, we're really gonna make this hand like your foot. And also let's tune into our hind legs. What's up here? Does it feel better to release the toes long, or does it feel better to kickstand up high? So root that hand into the earth, activate through the core. Notice that that belly was really dropping, so I really want you to hug the navel up towards the spine here. Fingers pointing the short edge of the mat. Inhale the opposite hand up high to the sky. Exhale, thread through that needle. You're just gonna hover here for a moment, and then inhale to raise. And wherever you are in your shoulders, I know it's different for us all. I know my shoulder is rocking it out and doing so well, but I had a shoulder injury for a while that was really hindering me from doing a lot of my favorite yoga poses. And it was actually kind of depressing too. So I know how it is to be in that boat if you are in that boat, and just take it at your own pace. And even if it's just maybe hugging into the belly here and just rocking a little bit in, do what works best for you. And one thing that I always say is that yoga is not a one size fits all. It's so true that it's a practice, it's not a perfect. And how we show up today is going to be different than how we showed up last week, last year, 2 years ago, right? Show up as you, with your breath, within your body. 5 at your own pace, go for it. Give yourself a smile. Smiling releases oxytocin, that love hormone. Okay, from here we're gonna step a foot forward. And if you would like, you can use those blocks. Here would be a great time. An option, you can stay down on this hind knee. Just set yourself up like you're on that set of skis here, not like you're on a tightrope. And then just for a moment, just pause here, maybe rock forward, come back, cleansing through the system. Awesome. So first option here is you can stay down low. You can have the hands on the earth, so just root the hands into the earth, and they're just going to be on the outside of the foot, right? Whatever foot's down on the earth. If you have the blocks and you would like to try a next variation, you're going to post up on those hind toes, and you're going to inhale, coming up for this kind of runner's lunge here, right? And we're just going to really press into the 4 corners of the feet. In yoga, there's 4 corners. They're the 2 in the front pad and the 2 in the heel. So really glue that into the earth. And then draw energy up from that hind heel all the way spiraling up through the calf and the hind leg, really activating here. And then bringing kind of an activation to the inner thighs by just like, ooh, really bringing those together here. Now we're going to breathe that breath in. Notice your neck. Is it sagging? Is it coming way up? Remove any wrinkles here. Find a space that feels good for you as you breathe into that back body. And you can move those blocks. I like mine more stable like this. You could try up higher if that feels better for you. Find your own body. Exhale out. Now we're going to find a twist here. So we're going to root into the opposite hand. We're going to exhale from the center, and we're going to twist. First option is you can use a little helping hand up on this top thigh. You just don't want to be relying and putting all of your weight here. You really want to activate up. And if you're down here, it's going to look like this. Second option is at the hip. Third option is going to be stack shoulders over shoulders. So whatever this looks like for you, if you're up or down, inhale, find that space that feels good for you. Top of the thigh, hip, or inhale. Try to work it out, shoulder stacked over shoulder here for this twisted little lunge here. Bring that breath in. Let it go. Detoxifying that spine. Really elongate the exhale here, because exhaling is how we can let some of that nasty, yucky stuff we've been holding on to go. And notice if you're really, I was just slamming in really hard this hand on the earth. So really try to bring your weight into your torso if you can here. Let it go. Use a visual point, a still point. Find something in your house. Exhale that breath out. 2 more. Work through the burn. Yes, good work. Let it go. Awesome work. And then from here, we're gonna go to the opposite side. So, right, we're gonna plant the opposite hand. If you're feeling like, oh, I need a break, you can pop down for a moment here. Take a little minute, wiggle out. We're gonna do the same thing on the opposite side, and it's gonna feel different in the body, right? So if you would like to, you can raise up with me. We're gonna exhale, twist to the opposite side. Again, you can have the hand on the outside of the hip, or you can kind of wing it back, whatever feels best for you, or you can try your best to stack shoulders over shoulders here. Bringing that breath in. Letting it go. Good work. Okay, now we're gonna do just like a slight little movement. So we're gonna drop that hind heel, and then we're gonna bring the hand on the inside, and we're gonna come for an extended side angle here, right? So we're just switching. If you had that block on the inside of the leg, really bending here, you can allow yourself to come up for this. Whoo, maybe give yourself a little shake out. I know my thigh is burning on fire, which feels great. I love it. And now we're gonna exhale here. You can use the torso, really hug that body weight up. You can extend this way, or if you would like to come down on that block, you can for this extended side angle here. Bringing that breath in. Really doing your best to hold this shoulder up and over, making this beautiful diagonal line. Again, if that's not in your practice, if your shoulder is not allowing it, you can make this bend here to the elbow. Awesome work, my friends. Bring that breath in. Let it go. You're doing hard work. You're feeling the burn, because I am. I know I'm feeling the burn in the thighs. We're doing hard work. Focus on 4 breaths, really extending that exhale out. Letting it go. Working through that monkey mind. Finding inner strength. And maybe just saying, I'm strong. I am strong. I can do hard things. I'm doing hard things. Okay, now we're going to transition, turning that hind foot forward, hands down to the earth, ha ha ha, knee down, stepping back. Let's just take a moment of pause here. So let's find a child's pose before we go to the next side, because I know my leg is on fire. So however it looks for you to get into a devotional pose, a child's pose, Bhaktasana or Balasana. You can extend the arms long in front of you. You can also bring the arms behind you, if that feels best. And just feel all of that. Feel the tightness. Breathe a big breath into the back of the heart here. Let it go. Nice work, my beautiful friends. Just taking a moment of rest. Woo! That thigh is worked. Maybe give yourself a little thigh massage with the knuckles, if that feels good here. Wonderful work. Just breathing that breath in. Finding a little stillness here. Just pause. And once again, just feel into the body. And notice how it's feeling. If it's feeling really uneven, I know my leg is like, ouch. So I'm going to come up and just stretch back. Take a little free moment. If staying in that child's pose is great for you, maybe just joining me here and releasing that leg that we were just working on, hind, long, stretching it back a little bit. It needs a little love here. Awesome work. Now we're going to go to our next side, my friends. So from this tabletop position, step the opposite side forward, setting yourself up for success, like you're on that set of skis. If you have those blocks, books, cans, water bottles, whatever works for you, and just take a moment to just stretch forward, a little backwards here. Awesome work. Now, the choice is yours. If you are down on the opposite side, I recommend you kind of finding the same pose on the same side. So if you were on the knee, stay on the knee. If you were up, go up, just to find that balance in the body here. So we're going to inhale, raise up if that was in your practice, and really root that front foot into the earth, activating the 4 corners in the foot, the 2 in the front, 2 in the rear. And then all the way through that leg that's long, the one that just got worked out, right? And it's stretching, it feels really good here. And allow yourself to really hollow through the front body and open up the shoulders and the back body. Check in with your neck. What's up? Is it creating lots of wrinkles? Are you pointing up so high that you're hurting your neck? Really check into the neck. And here you can almost just like imagine like there's this nice negative space. I'm an artist, so in art we use negative space to create beauty, right, and form. And so you can imagine there's this negative space here that we're holding, right? So we're creating this space between our neck and our chin. We're going to breathe into that body and let it go. Beautiful work here. Really allowing yourself to breathe into that body and let it go. Really hollowing through the front body, expanding through the shoulders, really rooting through those heels in both feet and hugging through the inner thighs here, and even keeping active through the core. I know that it seems weird that we're going to be using our whole body, but in a pose like this, you're actually engaging the entire body. It's turned on, baby. We are doing this, and our body's doing hard things. So from here, we're going to just, if you have that block, you can walk it in, or just the hand and get it underneath of the shoulder on the opposite side. And now we're going to exhale. We're going to twist into the opposite direction. Our options were first option on the thigh, the top of the thigh, on the outers of the hip, or exhale to try to stack shoulders over shoulders here. In this lunging twist here, we're detoxifying, we're cleansing and cleaning out the system, the spine. Really squeeze through the glutes here, because I just felt mine just kind of getting limp. Squeeze through the glutes and then spiral down into the hamstrings, the thighs, the inner thighs, the outer thighs, tops of the thighs, all the way down into the calves, and really shooting that energy and activation through the heels, the soles of the feet here, breathing that breath in and letting it go. So taking 4 breaths at your own pace. Breathing in, I am strong. Exhaling that strength. Inhaling, I can do hard things. I am doing hard things every day. Awesome work, my beautiful friends. Breathing that breath in. Letting it go. Tapping into that inner strength, your inner warrior. Letting it go. So we're going to find that transition, right? We're just rotating and bringing that heel so the toes are facing the long edge of the mat. If you need a little break, you can maybe straighten out that leg here. Woo. Oh, you know what? I was wrong. So we're actually going to bring those heels back. I forgot we're doing the opposite side before we go into that extended side angle. So that's okay, right? We're all just people. So bringing that heel back, facing the short edge of the mat, grabbing for the block on the opposite side or the hand on the opposite side, and now we're just going to twist into the opposite side right here. And this one can feel a little, it's going to feel way different than the opposite side did. So option to stay, you can rest at the hand at the hip, bent elbow, or inhale, raising shoulders stacked over shoulders, really squeezing through that body. Awesome work, doing hard things, powering through the legs. We have got this. 3 deep, expansive breaths here. Really get that exhale out. Using that core strength, letting it go, working through the burn. I know it's burning me too. We got this. I have the fire on. I'm doing like a hot practice. I like to do that by the fire. It's great. Okay, now, let's go back to that. Allow that heel to go along here. Let's take a little break. Come up, rub your thigh for a moment. Right toes are going to face the long edge of the mat. Shake it out. This is a good one. I love this. I love sometimes these practices that just hit it hard and you feel the burn, and so much good. So right from here, we're going to bend back into that front foot. So the option is you can stay up here onto the thigh. You just don't want to be like dropping your weight into your upper thigh. You really want to use that core strength. And we're finding this beautiful extension, this side diagonal angle. So you can use the block to help you. I like the block here, it's awesome. Really tune into the hips, open the hip, open the heart, and find where your shoulder is. Can you bend? Can you bring it shoulder stacked over shoulders? Or can you make this beautiful, almost like this slide? You can imagine like a ball rolling down from your fingertips, down the shoulder, down the side, all the way down the leg, and pop onto the floor here. So bring that breath in. Let it go. Bringing that beautiful breath in here. Letting it go. 3 of these at your own pace. You can do hard things. Bringing that mantra in. I can do hard things. Breathing it out. I can do hard things. 2 more. I am doing hard things. Sometimes there is a time for work and there's a time for rest. We are working it right now. We're working it. Awesome work from here. We're going to exhale. Oh, extend that leg and we're going to come up. You can do it. Now we're going to face both of the toes facing the long edge of the mat. And maybe just take a moment to rub out that side. Ooh, and give a little wiggle jiggle. Maybe wiggle your booty a little bit. Just take a moment to wiggle out whatever needs wiggled out. So we're doing this standing wide-legged forward fold here. So from here you can grab that prop if you have it, if that feels good for you. From here we're just going to take the heart and we're going to hinge and forward. Just a little bend at the knees here. And tune into the neck. Are you like cranking your neck up? Remove those wrinkles. Find that space, that negative space in the chin. You can reach for that block if that feels good for you, or you can fold into the earth however feels best for you. And knowing that it's different for us all here. And if your hamstrings and your thighs, the back of your thighs are feeling very tight, just give a little bend here. And give yourself some compassion for wherever you are in your body as you bring a breath in here for this wide-legged forward fold. Breathing that breath out, allowing that breath to cleanse the system here, and letting it go. Wonderful work, my beauties. Bringing that breath in, and letting it go. Bringing that beautiful breath in, and letting it go. From here, we're going to hinge the back of the heart, and we're going to just heel and toe, and heel and toe. So it's exactly what it sounds like. So take a moment. Sometimes I catch that free, like, woo, body buzz, or that rise of energy, and just be with it. If you need to grab onto a wall, especially when you're coming up from those inversions. So toes to heel, and just meeting me in the mountain, which is often an overlooked or rushed through pose in the practice. So I really want you to just find your feet connected to the earth here. And take this moment and close your eyes or find something to focus on. And just once again, tap in to what's going on, what it's feeling like in the body. And letting it go. Awesome work. And now we're going to just do a little quick flow and wash out our system a little bit. So from here, we're going to face the feet facing the short edge of the mat. Now we're going to hinge forward. We're going to open the hands wide open, starfish hands, stepping the foot back into plank position. If that's not working for you, you can also go on the knees from plank position to downward facing dog. So just that transition here. Exhale forward. And if you can go to a chaturanga. You can just inhale all the way in. Exhale, upward facing dog. If that's not in your practice, you can sink to the knees, come down to the belly, inhale for a cobra. So from here, posting up, meeting me in a plank position, really hugging the body together, knitting the ribs together. Exhale, sit bones up high to the sky. Inhale, coming forward, chaturanga. So chaturanga is just hugging the elbows in to the body. If you have a shoulder injury, this is not going to work for you. So you can find something else that feels good for you. Hugging in, halfway down, and then inhale, releasing the tops of the feet long. Little gentle back bend here. Let's do 2 more of these at our own pace. Right, so we're going to come all the way back here. Maybe just going to some down dogs to planks here. Let's take 4 of these. Inhale to rise. Exhale, plank pose. So really finding that transition. Inhale, downward dog, sit bones high to the sky. Inhale forward. 2 more. Downward dog to plank, finding that transition, really feeling that through the calves, even pushing the energy all the way down to the heels. Inhale to rise. Exhale to sink. From here, exhale, flow all the way to the belly. little cobra, or if you would like, you can power through, really engaging through the tops of the feet and the inner thighs. Inhale, raising up, upward facing dog. Urdhva Mukha Savasana. Bringing that breath in. Okay, exhale, downward facing dog, my beautiful friends. From here, we're gonna just sink to the knees. Awesome work. From the knees, we're gonna come to the booty. So that might not be as easy for you, so if you need to come here, you can swing around, finding your way to your sit bones. Awesome work. We are cleaning our system. I'm gonna move my mat over because it likes to fall off of my rug. That's okay. Set yourself up for success if you need to wiggle around, my beautiful friends. From here, we're gonna find ourselves in a lovely boat pose. So we're gonna work our midsection, our core, which we've worked already, but we're gonna do a little more intense work on our strengthening our midsection. So from here, you can start by raising your palms up to the sky. Raise one foot up and raising the opposite foot. If this is not in your practice, then you can just take one at a time. That's completely fine. And I want you to just like erase and clean the slate of your mind of what you think that this pose looks like. And I really encourage you to just feel into your body, because I know for a really long time, my legs don't pop up like I see a lot of yogis do, and I got really down on myself about that. So I want you to know that we all have these weird images in our mind. So let's clean the slate. I even sometimes will tell my kids to take a big, giant gallon, tens of thousands of gallons of paint, and let's throw white paint on it and let it clean a fresh slate. So from your core, we're really rooting into the earth, but we're bringing our top of our body back. And we're gonna open the front of the heart and gently squeezing the shoulder blades together. And again, you're finding that negative space, that open space in the chin where it's not clutching down and it's not over exaggerating the chin. So really tune into the form of your body here. And so, right, you can release one foot up. If that's where you are, yes, rock this out, and then you can just do one at a time. It's different. Or if you can exhale the heels, almost like you're pushing the heels into an invisible wall here. And tune into your hands. Does it feel better to press the hands away from you, like you're creating that resistance, or does it feel better to rise the hands up? So you can try and see if, I know for me, sometimes I just need this little support on the hind of the backs of the legs to try to bend up. And again, it's gonna be different for us all, right? So find your body here, make your beautiful boat, create this shape, bring that breath in, let it go. Now from here, we're gonna just hug in, and then we're gonna exhale long. We're gonna do 10 of these. Hug in, you can hug into the knees or under the body. Exhale, hovering the body, right? Whatever this looks like for you. Inhale to raise. Exhale to go. Inhale, finding that inner strength. Exhale, expanding like a starfish. Inhaling it in. Exhale, let's let it go. Breathe it in. We're halfway there. You have got this. You are stronger than you think you are. You can do all the hard things. 5. And our body gets the best results when it's actually burning. Did you know that? When I found that out, I was like, what? No way. It's true. Look it up. Find the googs. Google it out. 3 more. You've got this. 2. You can do hard things. 1. Yes. From here. Ha ha ha. That core is feeling strong and strengthened. Okay. Again, I really encourage you to just be with you. So turn your eyes away from the screen. Focus on your toes. From here, find length in the spine. And slowly, from the tummy, right, we're going to release each vertebrae onto the earth. So the goal is to get flat backed. So if you know malas, like a string of malas or a string of pearls, just slow and steady, which can be really hard. Taking it slow and steady. And it's okay if your body just like whipped down to the earth, because I know mine does that sometimes. And from here, we're going to inhale the knees up to the chest. And just give ourselves a little hug. That was a lot in a short time. So be proud of yourself. You just rocked that and did really hard things. This is a really good practice. Thank you for joining me today. I'm so grateful for you. This is a great practice today. So bringing the knees up here. And now we're gonna just bring the hands like we're cactusing to the earth, or if it feels better, you can lay them long, tuning to your shoulders. And then we're gonna do just more of this kind of like active kind of twist. So with the knees up, tune in. Does it feel better to bring the heels down towards the sit bones, or does it feel better to bring them up higher? This is your body, right? Your practice. So we're gonna exhale to a side, inhale to center, exhale to side. I know for me sometimes when I do the static, when you're just laying like this, it actually can kind of hurt my spine really bad. I don't know if you've ever experienced that. And I found out, I actually learned from one of the women in my teacher training 3 years ago about this, and she really just like blew my mind that, oh my gosh, I could do this pose and it doesn't have to be painful. So for me, this more active variation, but if you would like, you can find a little stillness if you wanna go to a side, which that can feel good. I know sometimes for me though, if my knees are on the earth, it makes it worse. So if you have those blocks, you can kind of give yourself a little support here, right? Just breathe the breath, feel all the things happening inside. And just find 3 breaths here. So if you are doing this more static pose with me, you can turn the head to the opposite side if that feels good for you. Feeling that cleansing and cleaning, the ringing of the spine once more. Letting it go. Really elongating that exhale. Good class, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I love this. I love connecting with you guys on here. I'm so grateful for everyone, all my friends everywhere, and all the places. Okay, from the core, we're gonna inhale the knees, and if you had that block and you need that support like me, bring it to the opposite side. From the navel, woo, we're gonna exhale and twist to the opposite side. So right arms can lay long, arms can cactus, head can face the same way as you're going, or it can go the opposite direction. Bring that breath in, letting it go. Really focusing on the exhale this time. And just letting some of that yucky stuff go. Whatever you're holding on to, if it's emotional, tension, stress, just breathe it out. Let it go. Bringing that breath in. Letting it go. Beautiful work, my friends. And from here, just meeting back at center and hugging yourself in for one last beautiful hug, 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 hug. And now we're going to find ourselves in a Shavasana, our favorite pose of surrender. So just allow yourself to just rest here on the earth. And just let the legs lay long. Let the palms face up. Or if you're feeling like you need a little more rooting, you can put the hands on the belly or the heart. And part of cleaning out our system is allowing it to rest. And rest is an essential part in the overall health and well-being of our mind, our body, and our soul. So allowing these poses to just wash over us. So just bringing the awareness into your toes and holding the intention to just relax. So you can almost imagine like you're melting into the mat. You're melting into the floor beneath you, and you can melt the toes and the feet, melting around the calves, softening the calves, softening the backs of the knees, relaxing the thighs and the inner thighs, sinking the sit bones down into the earth, softening the navel towards the spine, and melting each vertebrae, that long line of pearls on the back, to just melt into the earth. Softening the shoulders and noticing if you're holding any tightness in your shoulders or your back. And really, I encourage you to just really try your best to soften, and maybe just saying that to yourself, soften, or relax, or melt, whatever word vibes with you the best. And really melting through the shoulders and spiraling into the arms and the forearms, letting go the palms of the hands, the fingertips, and even spiraling up to soften at the neck that we hold on, that we hold up so long all day. softening through the jaw, melting at the tongue, allowing the eyelids to deepen, letting go at the scalp and letting each hair follicle to just relax. Just taking a moment to just be with what is happening inside of your body. And once more, just feeling into the body. With breath, noticing the thoughts telling you possibly you should be doing something else, or that you need to be doing a harder pose, and just being with yourself for this moment and breathing 5 breaths at your own pace and letting them go. Really just softening and relaxing. Taking your breath for you. Make this last one count. Really elongate that exhale. And meeting me, joining palms, kissing palms to the heart or to the forehead, to the third eye. And giving so much gratitude to your body and just saying to yourself, thank you for showing up. I'm so grateful for your body. So grateful for this practice. Namaste. Thank you so much, my beautiful friends. I will see you back here very soon. I love you guys.